Hello, and today you are getting two Oscar prediction videos for the price of one because I am a little behind and I need to catch up. We are going to be looking at the category of Best Animated Feature Film. Uh, for animated feature film, it's a little bit of an interesting category this year in that for a while it legitimately looked like there was going to be a race, and then it turned out not to be. And that was perhaps wishful thinking on my part, but well, you'll see what I mean when we get into the category itself. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Fifth most likely to win is a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. Now, this was kind of the surprise nominee for this category. A lot of people were predicting The Croods 2, and even though I think that movie is more widely seen, but it doesn't have a lot of passion behind it. Some people like it, but no one really loves it. And Shaun the Sheep, it's Aardman. The last movie got nominated. They nominate Aardman a lot, so this nomination does make a lot of sense. I have not personally seen this film yet, but it is on Netflix. I might catch it before the ceremony. It looks cute enough, harmless enough. Not like anything that needs to win, especially if the last Shaun the Sheep movie, which was really, really well loved, did not win. Um, I, Aardman, technically, they have won in this category before for Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So they are loved, but I I think something really special would need to happen for them to pull out another win, especially given the competition this year, which is like bigger and more widely seen. So Netflix does have Shaun the Sheep, but it hasn't been campaigning it as hard. So I find it difficult to imagine that this could pull out a win, especially when it doesn't even have the nomination at most major guilds leading up to this. Fourth most likely to win is Over the Moon. So this movie looked like it was going to be a real serious contender going into the ceremony because it was directed by Glenn Keane, famous Disney animator who had never actually directed a film, and now he's directing a film outside the realms of Disney through a Netflix animation. And the film itself is quite good, but a lot of people pointed out that it seems very derivative of classic Disney. And there's nothing outside of the cast and the culture on display. There's nothing really new about the film that screams this needs to be a winner. So while it's certainly very well done, the fact that the song from the film couldn't build up momentum when we thought that it would proves that while people like it, it doesn't need to win. I think it actually missed out on an animated feature nomination at Annie, was it? It missed out on an animation feature nomination somewhere. At BAFTA, too, I can tell you that. So it's not the strongest of the contenders. Even though it got a lot of precursor nominations, the movie is liked, but not beloved enough to pull out a win. Not beloved enough to pull off a win. Sorry, I don't know what I'm rambling today. Let's just move on. Third most likely to win is Onward. Now, this movie came out early in the year. This is the third time that Pixar has had two films come out in one year, but it is the first time that Pixar has had both of those films nominated. I thought for a while that Onward might be vulnerable because it's not the Pixar film that's in the best contention to win, but people do really like the film, and people do remember it. It came out right at the start of the pandemic, and it was released on Disney Plus and all that. So it people really the film was like the last piece of normality before the world went to hell, and it's a good film. Maybe it's not one of Pixar's strongest efforts, but it is a good film and it does tug at your heartstrings. So I could legitimately see a few people voting for it, but when you look at the top two in this race are so beloved that Onward would need a miracle to come out ahead. Although, if vote splitting is a thing, then that could be what benefits Onward. So Onward is going to have to hope for vote splitting. And it could win. It wouldn't be the worst winner we've had in this category, but I'm not actually going to predict it. I think it's safe to say it's at third place. Second most likely to win is Wolfwalkers, and this one physically hurts me because, as I've stated on Twitter and on Tumblr and on Instagram, Wolfwalkers is not just my favorite animated film of this year, it is my favorite film of the year. It is an incredible, towering piece of art with some of the most beautiful animation I've ever seen in my life. Incredible colors, incredible designs, incredible fluidity, and storytelling through animation and through visuals, phenomenal music, and Eva Whittaker should have been in the conversation for Best Supporting Actress. I'll just put that out there. It really, really makes me upset that this film is not in a more serious contention to win the Oscar. It won a lot of critics' awards, which gave me hope for a while that this was going to be an actual race. But then it lost. Well, Annie's still have yet to happen, but it lost Globe, it lost Critics' Choice, it lost BAFTA, it lost all the major things, and it's quickly becoming clear that a lot of people just haven't seen it because they don't have Apple TV Plus. And if you have not seen it because you don't have Apple TV Plus, by all means, get the free trial, watch it, and then unsubscribe, just so you can say you've seen it, because it is so worth it. This film is like the best of Disney meets Miyazaki. It is just an absolutely flawless animated masterpiece, and it deserves your attention. But if you haven't, clearly it's not going to win. I have to just accept reality, because number one most likely to win is Soul. Pixar again, what a surprise. Oh my god, Pixar, can you not just let somebody else win for once? For once, Pixar. I'm sorry. And it upsets me because Soul is a legitimately really good movie. But the problem is, like, if you've seen a lot of Pixar, which I have, it feels familiar. Parts of it feel familiar, like, okay, this is what Pixar does. And it is a more mature story than Pixar usually does. And it is a very retrospective, it's an adult story, it makes you really think. It doesn't feel like, well, I'll say this, the first act of the film and the third act of the film really do feel like a Pixar movie for adults, but the second act is where it feels like a kid's movie, and it doesn't. I need to rewatch it. I've heard some people say that it's the best film. The people say it's the best. If this had gotten nominated for Best Picture, I would be all for that. I'm all for animated films getting recognition outside of animated feature and original song. And this film is nominated for score and sound, so that's something. And it's deserving. I'll say it's deserving there. It just, in my opinion, Wolfwalkers is the better film, and I really would have loved to have seen that win. But clearly at this point, that's not happening. Clearly at this point, like, this has the Globe, this has Critics' Choice, this has BAFTA, and even at Annie, they separate Soul and Wolfwalkers into two separate categories for Best Mainstream, Best Blockbuster Animated, and Best Indie Animated. And so they're going to win separate awards. Any chance that Wolfwalkers had to pull off a win over Soul, that's not going to happen. We could see Wolfwalkers win more stuff than Soul on the night, but I doubt that would do anything. So I really tried to have hope, but you know what? Soul is a good film. It's gonna be fine to see Soul win, but if you're watching this video, please go check out Wolfwalkers. It is 100% worth your time. Phew, so that's the end of that video. And tune in next time where I'll be talking about Best Documentary. See you then.